I'm Kronicz, and this is Kristol from the most extreme wrestling, and this is our 700 subscribers Q&A. And this is going to be a several part video because we got a million questions.
So this is part 1 for the people that asked questions first. And, just in case you're wondering, it's FYI, in case you're wondering why I'm in my pretty red dress, it's because it is Valentine's Day, and we just got back from Valentine's Day dinner, which was awesome.
It was. I'm like overstuffed completely.
It was really good.
Ugh.
And this is what I got for Valentine's Day from Kronicz. It's from Lady and the Tramp, if you don't recognize it.
Oh, it's the little doggies.
Oh, from Lady and the Tramp, which is like one of my favorite movies.
And I got the new Lamb of God CD.
That's right, you did. So, there's your Valentine's Day recap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and also, in case you're wondering, thinking to yourself, like if you live in a different climate, how did Kristol wear like a strapless dress in the middle of the winter? It's because, even though it snowed on Sunday, it's 70 degrees again. So, I didn't even need a jacket.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's insane.
Anyways, so that was your intro.
First question.
On to the questions. First question is from, this is really tiny print, by the way.
Sorry about that.
It's from RatedDX24. And he says, what kind of wrestling things did you collect when you were younger, and do you still collect them today? Also, congrats on 700. Thank you.
Alright, so RatedDX is a friend of ours on Twitter and on YouTube. He makes wrestling videos, and he's like this kid, right? But he's like really, really smart. It amazes me.
He's a smart kid.
Yeah, he's the smart kid. I'm like, wow, I wish I knew that much about wrestling when I was his age.
It's true.
But anyways, on to your question.
And he speaks intelligently.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a good feature, especially for younger people, because they're like, "Doi."
But anyways, alright. Things that I collected when I was a younger wrestling fan. You know, I really didn't collect anything, really.
Because your parents wouldn't let you have stuff?
Well,
because they suck?
Well, that's that too. Like, I didn't have like any of the DVDs or action figures or really anything. I can't really think of anything that I got to collect, like wrestling related wise. I always just recorded all the episodes onto VHSs. That's how I collected stuff, I guess.
Nice. Well, see, I didn't collect wrestling.
I collect the video games. I got like all the video games that came out.
Okay.
So that's what I got. I still got them too.
I didn't collect any wrestling stuff when I was younger because I didn't like wrestling until I was like, what was it, like 2008, 7?
It was 2009.
2007. 2007. Okay, I can't remember. So, yeah, this is a recent thing, but now I collect wrestling stuff, because I got my John Morrison action figure,
you got action
and
figures.
my Miz action figure, and my little tiny John Morrison action figure, and, yeah, so
action figures for you.
And I got the Shawn Michaels DVD, yeah.
The Shawn Michaels bear?
The Shawn Michaels bear. Forgot about that. Okay, alright, next. That's it, right? We good? Okay, next we have from Big WWE.
Is that really tiny?
It's so tiny, Kronicz. Big WWE and Dick P fan? I don't know what that says.
Anyways.
Sorry. They say, Kronicz, I assume it's a girl, she says, Kronicz, why are you so hot? Kristol ain't bad, but you know. What do you mean I ain't bad? Come on. I'm hot too. It's okay. I know.
Actually don't think that's a girl.
Yeah, oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
Well.
Anyways, why are you so hot?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that.
I think you're hot because you're my man.
Yeah, well.
Makes you.
You kind of have to.
Well, you're also hot because you go to the gym all the time.
Yeah, but I didn't used to go to the gym all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, next.
I don't know what to tell you about that.
This is long flowing hair. That's what it is.
I guess that's what it is.
Okay. Kyle9965 says, your favorite game and WWE pay-per-view of all time.
Favorite game?
Games.
Games. WWE games?
He doesn't specify.
Well, if it's WWE games, it'd have to be SmackDown 2. Game was freaking awesome. Then you got Shut Your Mouth and Here Comes the Pain. 2006 was cool. Those would be my favorite WWE games of the time. Also liked Attitude and all that, but, you know, after SmackDown came out, you can't like those anymore. And what was the rest of it?
Well, I gotta answer my favorite games. I don't really play video games, but I really don't play wrestling games because I'm really just awful. But I like Yoshi.
Oh yeah, you love Yoshi.
I love
Yoshi on N64.
That's why I have my Yoshi hat, which I'm not wearing today, but
Yoshi on Game Boy Advance.
Yoshi.
This guy also makes wrestling videos, so yeah, check him out for sure.
Alright, so second part of the question is favorite WWE pay-per-view of all time.
Pay-per-view?
That's what it says.
Royal Rumble 2000, man. I say that all the time. I love that pay-per-view. It's freaking awesome.
I don't know if I have like a favorite pay-per-view as a whole.
I bet it's the WrestleMania 2007 when Shawn Michaels tapped out to John Cena.
That is definitely not my favorite pay-per-view. I have favorite matches and stuff, but I just don't have like a favorite pay-per-view. Are you sure your favorite pay-per-view isn't that one that you watch every week?
What?
The One Night Stand?
2005 and 6?
Yeah.
No,
I think that's your favorite pay-per-view.
It's really not.
He watches it constantly.
I do not. When was the last time I watched it?
Like 2 weeks ago.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Last time you brought that up in the last Q&A.
And you watched it since then.
No, I did not.
Yes,
I had not seen it at that point. I remember thinking, man, I hadn't watched it in a while. Now we're at 700, and I still hadn't watched it.
Yes, he did.
No,
he doesn't know how many times he watches it. I'm going to start keeping track on the calendar. Watched One Night Stand. Because I know you watched it after that, because in that video you argued with me about whether the Dudley Boys were in it or not. And then you watched it after that because it proved that I was 100% correct, because there they were, fat as ever.
No, they're not. I'll go get it right now.
Go get it. Go get it.
Continue to the next question.
Go get it.
I will. I got it. Right here on my
They're on there. You're going to have to watch it again so you can prove that I'm right again.
Look.
They're not listed, but they were there.
2005. Lance Storm, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, Little Guido, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit.
are on one of those DVDs.
Oh man, they are on there.
Burned!
How did I
You
miss
forget every time!
Tommy Dreamer and Sandman
We
versus...
had the same discussion last time!
How did that happen?
It happens every time. See, I'm telling you. It proves my point. The man does not know how much he watches these DVDs.
Obviously, I hadn't watched them enough because...
Oh, yeah. Go put them back.
No, I want to hold on to them.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
They're extreme.
Alright. Dragon of Darkness KH.
Been subscriber for Evers.
You know, Squish Teddy. Okay, he says only 300 till the big 1,000. This is very true, man.
That is true.
Alright, number 1. Where did you come up with the names Kronicz and Kristol? Number 2. Were you surprised when Dolph Ziggler mentioned you guys on WWE Download? Okay, number 1. My answer to number 1 is I didn't come up with jack crap. Kronicz came up with it. I'm not a creative, namey person.
So the Kronicz thing, oh my gosh. That actually came about a long time ago when I was doing all the backyard wrestling stuff and whatnot. So it was 2001. I was a freshman in high school, right? And I had come up with the finisher, the hooked on Kronicz, which if you don't know what the hooked on Kronicz is, it's basically that move that Kelly stole from me and called the K2. What a ripoff. Does the little hook the arm and does the famouser thing. Yeah. Called it the hooked on Kronicz. But back in the day, I didn't have a name for it. I was thinking, man, I don't know what to call this thing. I'll call it a hook. Something, S-hook, it looks like an S, I don't know. I couldn't come up with a name. I didn't have a name for myself, right?
Right.
So it was a big dilemma. And I've always been bad at spelling, so we're sitting there...
This is so true.
Yeah, I'm really bad at spelling, right?
Usually, Twitter, I just want you to know.
There's an autocorrect.
Everything for him on
So, I'm sitting there at lunch, and I don't know if it was me or somebody else, and they was making a joke about how I needed to go and get hooked on phonics. And everybody at the time thought, I was a big drug user because how weird I am and stuff.
Yeah.
So somebody said to me, man, you don't need to get hooked on phonics. You need to get hooked on Kronicz. And I said, and it all came together.
It was like the shining light.
It was. I was like, I see it now. My move will be called the hooked on Kronicz. And I will call myself Kronicz. And it was boom, and that's how the name came about.
Okay.
And your name? Well, it just sounded cool.
It went with his name.
Yeah, and plus it's sort of a drug reference as well.
He's like, it's gotta sound like my name and be a drug reference. And I was like, okay.
So you are Kristol.
I'm Kristol. I don't know why we do drug references, but...
Well, it's just because everyone identifies me as that, and they see me that way, so I was like...
True. I thought you were a druggie.
I was like, I'll just have to go with it.
Whatever.
Can't go against what people think. I mean, they're going to think what they're going to think, so...
That's true, it doesn't matter. Okay, his second question was, were you surprised when Dolph Ziggler mentioned you guys in WWE Download? Yes! Man, I almost fell over. Let me tell you the story,
Yeah, you tell the story.
Alright, so this is what happened with me. I had gone somewhere where I had to turn my phone off for a couple of hours. just stare at the thing while I'm talking. Anyways, I had gone somewhere where I had turned my phone off for a couple of hours. So then I get back, and I turned on my phone, and it was like, bzz, 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 and it was something about Twitter, and Kitty's about to knock over the mirror.
It's okay. I'm watching her.
Anyway, so it was something about, it was like Twitter, and I kept seeing the word Dolph. And I was like, what is going on? Somebody must be, like, making up something or something. Like, no way. And then I saw text message from Kronicz, and it was like, call me right away. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know what's going on here. So I called him, and he's like, we're on Dolph Ziggler's show. And I was like, what?
No, because first of all,
I did not believe it.
Like, I was getting messages, like, the first couple of Twitter messages, I was like, what? They're kidding. They're like, you're on this show, like, watch the link. And I'm like, okay. So I'm watching it, and then I, like, see our faces, and I'm like, what? And
that was crazy. And I didn't see it. I had to go, because I was headed into work, and I got there, and I had to turn on the computer, and I watched it with, like, everybody I work with.
So, we had no idea. And, like, I totally marked out, and my, like, heart was pumping. I was freaking out. And people are just like...
I'm pretty sure I screamed in the parking lot.
Yeah, and, like, everyone started asking us, like, after that. They're like, okay, this is weird. Like, why did they choose you and no one else? And, like, did they contact you first?
Nobody contacted us.
Did WWE contact you? It's like, how did they use your footage and not even ask you and stuff?
I mean... You can do that. The only thing we could do is report them, and then they take down the video, and we don't want that to happen.
That's true. And then, like, the questions were like, well, why did they pick such a random episode from so long ago that was just a random spot in a Raw review?
My only solution is that WWE's been watching our videos, man.
I don't know.
I've been telling you that.
It just happened.
He called you McFly and everything.
I know, and that's like, people call me McFly.
I know. I'm telling you. He's been watching. He's probably the guy that called you McFly originally.
I know, you never know. Somebody, secret YouTubers, leaving comments, probably the ones with the negative ones, working in WWE office or whatever. So, of course, like I said, we had no idea. We were just as surprised as everybody else. But yeah, it was a total mark out moment, man. Freaking awesome.
It was awesome.
And you had to, like, go all kayfabe and, like, pretend like you hated Dolph Ziggler.
That's true.
When in fact...
Really, I wanted to go give Dolph Ziggler a hug. That's what I wanted to do. But I enjoyed making my video. It was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's right.
It's good stuff.
Okay. Angel WWE Fan 25. Somebody else been around for a while. Your thoughts on the WWF ice cream bars? I have but one word. Stupid.
Why?
Who wants to buy wrestling ice cream bars?
Everyone! Everyone. CM Punk had that little shirt thingy in the little commercial, and he did the catchphrase thing with the...
I know about the catchphrase thing and the shirt thing. That would not sell.
Yes, it would. Everybody wants it. Like, I personally don't care, because I'm not going to go buy an ice cream bar anyways.
Exactly. That's the thought. Everybody likes the idea of ice cream bars, but how many people are really going to go buy it?
Everyone.
No one.
Everyone. Everyone watching this video, tell Kristol
that you would not actually physically go out and spend probably like $5 on an ice cream bar.
They would do it.
Because you know it's going to be like too expensive and not taste that good as the plain old like 50-cent Bluebell ice cream bar.
Everybody wants to lick on CM Punk. That's the truth.
Really now, do you want to lick on CM
Not me, I just said I didn't want to.
You said everyone. Okay.
Anyways.
M7000D says, do you think John Morrison will return anytime in 2012? No, I do not.
No.
I wish that he would.
He's booked up like all year. Well, the summer is clear, but the end of the year is in December. He's booked up.
Due to all those end of the year bookings, I think it just points to no.
But yeah, it would be possible. I mean, guys like Kevin Nash have been booked up and still done their indie dates while being in WWE. But yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. So, next question is Flyby Geek. That's kind of a fun name. Says, congrats on 700 subs. On your way to the tippy top. Thank you. Actually, it says tippy tip top.
Tippy tip top.
Tippy tip top. Okay. Number one, do you think WWE download will last? No.
Well, I mean, it'll last because they're not going to get rid of it, probably.
Oh, I guess that's a good point.
But yeah, I watched the most recent episode, and it was kind of like...
I mean, I just don't think it's going to be any kind of masterful thing.
No.
I mean,
and it doesn't really matter.
That was masterful.
Well, yeah, I mean, the first episode obviously was the greatest.
That's right.
And you know, in the second episode, it was all about extreme, and there was no most extreme wrestling. What the crap? And in the third episode, he said Kronicz, and I wanted to flip him off.
Secret references.
I know! He's talking about me, man. Anyways, what was the next part?
Number 2. Why do you think Dolph Ziggler styles his hair in a way that makes him look like a Ken doll? I don't know, man. I actually didn't realize it made him look like a Ken doll until you said that, but you were like 100% right.
Well, because he's like big, sexy. He's like, everyone
Ken
loves
doll?
me. Yeah.
Yeah. It was...
He's trying to be like Dolph Ziggler. He's trying to be like Mr. Perfect. I mean, that's all it is to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Okay, number 3. If the feud between Kristol, Kronicz, and Dolph Ziggler escalated into the actual storyline, could we expect a match at WrestleMania? I tell you what you would expect at WrestleMania if I was there. Me kicking Dolph in the polls. Straight up, I'd win.
I think that there's a question about how we would book it later on.
Oh, okay.
Like if
I'll tell that again.
And if that's not,
that's how I would book the ending.
If that's not in there, I'll actually do that. Because I think somebody asked me like how I would book it.
I think so too, because I was
And I'll make sure we get to that in a future.
I got the ending booked.
Yeah, I got it booked. I came up with a storyline.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll have to get to that. It's probably a later question in another video,
so.
I'm sure.
Okie dokies. Now we move on to...
Man, my head is killing me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ugh, allergies.
Okay, that would be a side effect of having 70-degree weather all year round, by the way. Okay, the Rudolphin. Rudolph. Dolphin. Okay. Sorry.
Where is this at? Let me see. That's American Dolphin on Twitter.
Yeah. He says, number 1, why doesn't Kristol watch SmackDown? Well, Dolphin, Kristol doesn't watch SmackDown because Kristol doesn't think SmackDown's that entertaining.
Why?
It has gotten... How did it... That's the first reason, because I really used to just really not like SmackDown because nothing ever happened and no one that I cared was on there. But now that they've combined the brands, some interesting stuff does happen on SmackDown that affects Raw, and they have people that I like on there. But kind of the deal now is that I just only have so much time in my life for WWE programming, and I do good to fit Raw in. Because, like, I've missed the past 2 weeks. So, I mean, that's just the truth. Like, I'm not trying to whine.
Well, it wasn't because you didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, it was like, no, it wasn't.
You couldn't watch it.
I couldn't. Like, I'm not trying to whine. That's just the truth.
You know what your answer should have been about SmackDown?
Oh, what?
Should have just been, Natalia's farting on SmackDown. Case closed.
You know, that's a good point. I mean, pretty much. It's just, it's not worth my 2 hours.
Yeah.
I just...
It's so obviously the B show, but I mean, I still enjoy watching it and doing reviews on it.
And I mean, I'm glad that you watch it and do reviews.
But if
Saturday morning at like 7 o'clock and watch it.
But if I was to miss SmackDown, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it.
Yeah.
Like I would if I was to miss a Raw or something.
That's true. All right, and let's see.
So probably no SmackDown watching in the near future for you.
Nope.
Would you be more likely to watch TNA or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
No. I tried.
Come on. Really? Okay, number 2. Who do you guys think will win at WrestleMania, The Rock or John Cena?
The Rock!
John Cena?
Oh, I mean, man.
I was like, what's wrong with you?
Cena because it's good for business.
And because the belt's on the line, right?
No.
Oh, what
and even if it is, it doesn't matter. The Rock's gonna lose in his little hometown. Everybody loses in their hometown. Yeah, because he's gotta,
like, pass the torch to Cena.
It would make no sense for The Rock.
This is the torch passing time.
And which is stupid because how long has Cena got left in him? Like 5 years?
That's true. I mean, they should have passed the torch like 3 years ago. But they passed it.
Hogan passed the torch to Cena or to The Rock, and The Rock didn't stick around for like 1 second.
To pass the torch. So The Rock's got a torch pass now.
The only way I could possibly see The Rock winning this match is if Cena goes heel at the end of the match. You know, and like beats the crap out of him after the match or something. But I say Cena comes away with the win at WrestleMania. Are you having some problems right there?
Oh, I thought I saw something on here.
Perhaps not.
That wasn't there.
What are you talking about?
I'm just seeing things. It's okay. I thought I missed a question, but apparently I didn't. I just thought one was on there that wasn't. Okay, new thought. Alright, so, okay, that concludes that. Alright, Fort Minor Project.
We've been on his show twice.
That's right. Well, I've been on once, you've been on twice.
Oh. Is that true?
Yeah, because you went on by yourself because...
Was you on there the first time?
Yeah, I was on there the first time. I remember doing it.
Okay.
I remember for sure. Just this last time I had something to do and I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you're wrong, but...
I know I'm right. Just like you were sure about the Dudley Boys. Do we want to talk about that again? Exactly.
Not always right, you know.
He says, congrats on the 700 subs and thanks for coming back on the hot seat. On the hot seat. Fan interaction. Thanks. We were happy to come back, or Kronicz was.
Yeah, I was glad to be on there twice.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't be on there. Okay, if you could book a real-life feud between Kristol and Dolph Ziggler, there it is.
There it is.
And having a match at WrestleMania 28, how would that go? I tell you how it would end with me kicking him in the balls. I'm saying it again. And I would win, and I would dance victoriously, and then run away.
Okay. Now, if I had...
This is the real booking. Here we go.
Alright, if I had to do this, and I'm not any kind of booker, so just bear with me. I would have you come in. You would be wearing a suit and everything.
A suit?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to come in. Let's say Karma, you know, she's really upset. She doesn't really know if she should stay in wrestling because she got eliminated by Dolph Ziggler at the Royal Rumble. So she's like, I don't know, I got a kid at home, men are beating me up and everything. So you come in. You go into the women's locker room and you say, look at all these divas. You all suck. You can't even last 2 seconds in the ring. I ain't going to toughen you up. I'm going to make you win.
I would do that.
You're going to be
Eve how to
you're going to be the manager. What you are going to be.
They all need to grow cojones.
Karma's going to pick you up. What's going to happen is you are going to be the equivalent of Paul Heyman when Paul Heyman was with Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Like, you see the parallels.
Okay.
And because he was awesome on the microphone and whatnot and everything. Are you cold?
No, I just have to reposition. I don't want to show everybody my underwear.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Just the truth.
Now.
Okay.
So.
There we go. Much better.
Anyways, so now. You're going to be her manager. You're going to go out there and you're going to tell her, you know, you're going to have to get ready for this match and everything. You're going to bring honor to the championship and everything that has been lost for all these years. You know what would help
bringing honor to the championship? It not looking so gay. That would help a lot.
That's true.
Just saying.
So, you know, you're going to condition her, you're going to, and she's going to start going through diva after diva after diva, and the main goal is for her to go against Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania and win.
Okay.
So, as you build up, you beat all these divas, and you finally get to the match and everything, and I don't know all the specifics about everything, but of course I would have you go in there, and she would probably win the championship. She'd be like, look, I am the best women's wrestler in the world, and you would be like, you know what, you are the best women's wrestler in the world, you've beat all these women, but you know what, you can go above that. Since you're the best women's wrestler in the world, you can do what no other woman has done before, and we're not going to count China. You're gonna beat men. You're gonna take Dolph Ziggler, Mr. I'm champion, I'm the best, and everything like this, and you're just gonna beat the crap out of him because you are a head and shoulders above everybody else. Go into WrestleMania. She's all big. You're like facing Dolph Ziggler, or she's facing Dolph Ziggler, and you're the manager, and beat Dolph Ziggler, I guess.
Okay.
And then you're all victorious, and I'm sure across the way you're gonna get attacked and stuff and whatnot. Of course, I don't know all the specifics to that, but I would think that would be pretty awesome.
That sounds good. I think I can do that. Okay. Do you see The Rock coming back after his match with John Cena, or do you think this year will be it? I think he'll come back and do random stuff.
Well, yeah, like Shawn Michaels did, but he's not going to be full-time, and he wasn't full-time in the first place.
No, because he's really wrapped up in his movies now. We saw Journey, too.
I don't think that he's going to do another match with anybody else.
No, he's done with matches, but I think he'll show up again.
Especially with the Survivor Series 2011 buy rates being so lame. You only can blame that on The Rock. They try to blame it on The Miz, but The Miz wasn't selling the pay-per-view. It was The Rock and Cena.
Sure.
Ugh.
Alright, how would you book the return of Brock Lesnar, and who would you want him to face during his return? I'll tell you how I'd book it. I'd have him not return and face nobody, because I can't stand Brock Lesnar.
Why? Because he defied the company?
That's right. And I don't like UFC, and I have no respect for anybody in it. I won't go on my UFC rant, but that kind of...
Anyways, I'd have him come in there and go against Undertaker, and besides that, I really don't know who you'd have him face. I mean, honestly... Because he's big, tough, UFC fighter. I don't see anybody else that, would... Just, I got nothing for you on there, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What are your favorite memories of my girl Trish Stratus?
When she was on
I
Heat.
didn't really watch Trish Stratus
That was
that
before
much.
your
It was before
time.
my time. Sorry, I don't have any.
When Trish Stratus was on that table on Heat talking about the Dudley Boys, whoo! But anyways, when she started getting into the ring,
She was on a table?
yeah.
Was she dancing?
No. She's talking about the quality of the wood. And the hardness of the wood.
I think I get the drift.
But anyways, so she's on the table and everything. Well, besides that, when she started getting into the ring and started becoming good, had great matches with Lita, and actually made the belt mean something. She was a credible champion. Yeah, I know that there was women champions before, but come on. Does Stephanie McMahon really count as a viable champion? No. So she brought some credibility to it, her and Lita, and continued. And then when Mickie James came in, and I know you love Mickie James for a minor project, oh my gosh. But
I like Mickie James.
Mickie James and Trish Stratus had one of the coolest matches of all time. Women's wrestlers or not, they had like the best women's match of all time. Like the energy, it was just incredible. Love that match.